So it's another chilly day. I don't think spring's ever going to get here. I think what's going to happen is we're just going to go right into summer. It's supposed to get down to 39 degrees tonight, so you know, we're keeping a close eye on the temperature to make sure that we don't leave the plants outside and it happens to go below freezing. But I sure would like for it to warm up and stop raining so much. It's just constantly raining. It's supposed to rain, what, 3 or 4 days this week alone. Yesterday's video I showed you that we were incubating our eggs now, so we're on day 2. I guess we're full day 2 days now. Everything seems to be going well. The batteries seem to be handling the extra load at nighttime. It was a little bit more strenuous on the batteries last night than it was the night before. We got down to 50% today versus well, was it, my battery charger says that 50% is at 12.2. I always heard that it was 12.3, so maybe it's just a matter of different opinions or whatever. So the batteries were at 12.2 today. Yesterday they were at 12.3 when I woke up. The last 2 days it was cloudy, so I had to run the generator 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening to get the batteries charged up. But today we got a nice sunny day, so I don't have to run the generator near as much. I ran it for an hour this morning because it was at 50%. I didn't want it to get any lower. And then I'll run it again for another hour tonight, which we expect to do given the extra load with the incubator. So this is much better than I would have anticipated running that incubator. I was really concerned about it, but really it's not too much worse than running a fan at night. The fan uses a little bit more electric at night than, of course, not running it. But this, just a take more, maybe, not too bad. I was really expecting it to be a lot worse considering it has a heater on it and a fan that runs, and it has an automatic egg turner. So yesterday we had to go get some more chicken food. Bought 2 bags. We went to Orscheln's, got 2 bags. We are looking into feed mills. There's not many feed mills around here. The closest feed mill, and there's 2 of them in one town, it's 40 miles away. So I mean, it's a good long distance, and we never go to this town. This will be the first time we go to this town if we ever decide to go to it. So I'm going to call over there, see if the chicken feeds is less expensive than what's at Orscheln's. Some people on Facebook are saying that we can get it for the same price, $13 for a 100-pound bag, where at Orscheln's we're paying $13 for a 40-pound bag. So that would really cut down our costs, and it would be worth the trip to go there. So I'm going to give them a call as soon as they open up. They're not open. One of them's only open 1 day a week. The other one didn't have any information. However, the nice thing about this place is it is on the way to going to get groceries and propane. So if we decide we go to the grocery store once a month. If we decide to go to the grocery store, we can just go on up there, past the grocery store, get the food, the chicken food, come back, get the propane, and then get the food. So it'll make for a longer day, but it might be worth the trip. One of the places require that you bring your own containers. The only thing I can imagine is what we'll do is bring these old bags that we have. We saved all these bags, and we do a lot of different things with them. Carolyn makes things with them, actually. So we might use that for our own containers. They do sell bags there. I think they're $10 a bag, but they're reusable. So we'll see what happens. Well, while we were in town to get chicken food yesterday, we went ahead and went over to Walmart. I only needed to get a couple things. I wanted to get some windshield washer fluid for the truck. I wanted to get some more antifreeze. For whatever reason, and I don't want to get into this big long subject, I've taken it into the shop several times, but about once a year, I got to fill antifreeze, and I don't know why, so sometimes twice a year. So it's not a big deal. I can't find any leaks. It seems to be okay other than once or twice a year. Maybe it just has a little blow by, whatever. So I had to get some antifreeze also. So while we were there, we got some cheese, just a couple of different things. It wasn't much. Carolyn went over and looked at the prices in the meat section at Walmart. Now we go to Save-A-Lot to get our meat, and we get huge savings. You go over to the sale aisle at Save-A-Lot for meats, and you get huge discounts on meat at Save-A-Lot. Now they also have these packages where you can pick up like 5 for 20 bucks or 4 for 20 bucks, whatever it is. That's several stores throughout the country do that. So you can pick up sales there, but that's not near as cheap as, I think what happens is the meat starts to get to the expiration date, and instead of just throwing it away, they put it over in the sale items and hope they can sell it real fast. And nobody buys it, nobody. Carolyn and I always buy it. You just got to get it home real quick. You got to get it into the freezer, canned up or something. We've never had a problem, never had any bad meat. People say, oh, you can get bad meat from there. I just haven't ever seen it. So we went over to Walmart, and she was comparing prices to Save-A-Lot. Of course, Save-A-Lot kills them on those sale prices. But when you looked at the price that Save-A-Lot normally charges, it was basically the same price. So it looks like that our prices are pretty even keel across the board unless you're buying the sale prices. While we were at Walmart, when we came into the store, there was this girl. I would say she was anywhere from 16 to 20 years old. And she was crying at the customer service desk. Of course, that grabs your attention. And not hysterically crying, but she was definitely upset. And there were several employees helping her with something. Well, they had one can of formula under the counter, baby formula. And they were able to hand it to her. And I was like, well, what's that all about? I mean, it was just confusing. And Carolyn said, well, maybe, I think I've read something, there might be a baby formula shortage. And so I looked it up, and sure enough, there is a baby formula shortage. Now, they use by percentages. At the beginning of the year, there was 23% less baby formula, and now it's 31% less here in April. Walgreens and CVC or CVS or whatever that is, they're limiting how many you can buy. Doctors are now suggesting different things you can use to feed your baby. They say you can just use regular milk or soy milk. Of course, I don't recommend soy milk for boys because soy is just bad for men. Here is the first time I've watched several videos that keep saying that it's not as bad as what everybody's making it out to be. Whatever it is they're saying is bad. Here in Missouri, it doesn't seem bad. I feel like that I can go to the store and I can get whatever I need. I haven't had a problem. In the last couple of years, the only thing I've struggled to get was the 1 pound propane tanks. They come in cylinders, just 1 little pounders. I keep those stockpile of those so I can light the wood stove. A couple years ago, they were out, but I went on Amazon. I was able to order them, and they sent them to me. And I didn't feel like they were that expensive. So to me, it doesn't feel like we're having much trouble. And I don't like to fearmonger. I really don't. But since I am living off-grid, it is easy for me to not worry about things. We hear all this crisis that the chickens, bird flu, they're killing millions of chickens. It's like, well, no big deal. In my mind, if they're killing millions of chickens, that means there's less chicken feed being sold. Supply and demand would dictate prices have to come down on chicken feed. They got too much. They want to sell it. I see it as a plus for us. Of course, that means that the store, egg prices are going up, chicken prices are going up. There's not as much egg and chicken going on. I have seen videos of that. To me, having seen someone actually emotionally upset about formula, about something, because there was a shortage, it tells me, well, maybe we're at the beginning of the crisis. If there is going to be a crisis, maybe that was my signal that even though we are prepared, maybe we should be ready for whatever's getting ready to happen. Maybe the next time we go shopping, there won't be anything there. Maybe. Again, I'm not a fear-mongering channel. But that was the kind of the real life, oh wow moment that I had, that I felt bad for that young woman. Girl, she may be a girl, I don't know. And then Carolyn, of course, bought some more plants. As you know, we had some left out one day and it froze, got below freezing. Wasn't supposed to, so she bought a few little items just to make sure that we got plenty to fill our garden up with. She has asked me to till the garden now, so as soon as I can find a dry period long enough to get that till, I'm going to till it. I would like to till it right now. It's a little damp because it just rained. I might be able to get some tilling done in a couple days right before this long 3-day rain we're going to get. So as soon as I can find a patch of dry time, I'm going to till it. But I was thinking, with us incubating the eggs, this has not been a big chore for us. It's been pretty simplistic. And I'm trying to figure out how I can help you get chickens. I know my mom has been talking to Carolyn quite a bit about getting chickens, and mom wants to buy full-grown chickens. And mom found some for $5 a piece, but she was too late to get any. They were already sold out by the time she got there. Carolyn's been looking it up. The best price that she can find is the place where we got our Americanas last year. And they're about $30 a piece to get just full-grown hens. If you go to the hatchery, it really goes up in price. Anywhere from $200, and there was a whole price list, down to about $99. I mean, they're really expensive. So I started calculating the price. I'm trying to figure out how much would it cost if I wanted to sell a chicken right now, full-grown chicken, how much would it cost? And I figured it up that it was probably $32 in chicken feed for one chicken. So then you got the price of the chicken, which, you know, we paid probably $4 for. So we're talking $40 for a chicken, full-grown chicken. Well, what is it that mom could do to get her some chickens? Well, of course, she can go to Orchland's. She can pick them up $4 a piece and raise them. But I was thinking about eggs, incubating your own eggs. That's what we're doing now. We're going to get some meat birds out of it. If somebody walked up to me right now and said, hey, I know you have roosters and hens. How much would it cost me to buy fertilized chicken eggs? Well, all our eggs are fertilized because we have 2 roosters. It's almost impossible for our chickens not to have fertilized their eggs. You can see that all the hens have the feathers knocked out because the rooster got on top of them. So they're all fertilized. Well, we were thinking, well, we wouldn't sell our eggs any different than if we were selling them for food. So 22 eggs would be about $6. So think about that. You could incubate your own eggs for $6. That's a lot cheaper than going to Orchland's and picking up little chicks for $4.50, or even going and get full-grown hens. So once they're done incubating, where can you put them to raise them? Well, we got this little tiny house, and we got a little box, a cage that we put them in, and it's always worked for us. It's a little stressful. It makes things a little tight since we have a tiny house. But when I lived in a regular house, we had this little entryway on the front door. We never used it, ever. We just set up our little hatchery there, or whatever you want to call it. Put a heat lamp in it. So if you have a back room or a spare room or a closet or anywhere you can put them, they're not really that hard to get to an age where you can get them outside. So I was just trying to figure out an easy way for you to start up raising your own chickens. I really think this is the way to go. So if you can check out this other video, this Up Next box, I really appreciate it. So I hope I can inspire you to be prepared for your future so you can live your dream. Thanks for watching.